Hello, my fishes. Just give me 2 seconds while I make sure that we are all good to go. You are receiving my content. This is very exciting. Just want to make sure I've got audio as per the usual. I know there's got to be a better way to check this. I'm unmuted, so if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Hello, my fishes. Excellent. Hey guys, Courtney Mermaid here, and welcome back to another Tail Talk Tuesday, where we talk all things a mermaid. And if you are new and you did not, or rather, if you did not come to the last week's live stream, we are doing something new over on Tail Talk, and what it is basically the Mermaid Community News, a segment. I know, I'm getting all fancy pants on you here. That's very exciting. So I actually have a link in the description box down below for you guys to check out. It is, am I lagging? Oh gosh. No, I'm not. Okay, good. Yeah, so you can submit your Mermaid Community News through the form in the link in the description box down below. And it can be anything, like if you started up a new channel, or if you have an event going on with your pod that you want me to share, bearing in mind that it is the following week. So if you send something to me like today, it won't appear on today's show, it'll appear on the following week's show. So just keeping that in mind, we had a couple of submissions from, I'm just going to pull them up now, and the links to them and all the additional information will be in the description box down below as well. So like this week's topics, what they were, who sent them, and all that good stuff. So no guarantee that I can get to everybody. I didn't have, I had 2 wonderful people that sent me a couple of different things to talk about for this week. But if it does end up becoming popular and I have to like choose what to, you know, and of course then I have to use my good judgment to make sure that the things that we're going to be talking about are like, you know, good for the general audience. You got to make sure we're abiding by the YouTube community guidelines. All right. So how is everybody? I see we have a lot of fishies in the house. Look at all the peoples. Is it Jacoby? Am I saying that right? Sparklies, Creative Dutch, Merman Splash, hello. My screen is totally cutting everybody's names off. That's good. Kenny, hello. Glowmaid. Is it Geetha? Geetha? I think it might be Geetha. Welcome, Snoopy. She never misses. Hello. This one, unfortunately, I can't pronounce. I'm not sure how you say that. Tanny Chu, Mystical Magical. Hello, Dana. Mermaid and Merman World, Jennifer, all hello everyone, Airyberry. I'm new to this live video thing. Hello everyone. Angela, or is, oh, Angel, excuse me, I don't know why I said it. I saw the 8 and it made me want to say an sound. Isn't that weird? I don't know, I'm such a weirdo. Anyways, so good to have you all with us. Excuse me, I'm going to be coughing a little bit. I am sipping on a Timmy's, and the Timmy's just went a little bit down the wrong tube, and I was a little bit rushed this morning. I scraped my thumb, and then Eric made us breakfast, which was really good, but I had everything planned and ready to go, and yet somehow still, I literally got into the I didn't even have time to blow dry my hair, you guys. I was like, let's go, go, go! Do the thing! Anywho, so yes, another Tail Talk Tuesday. Let's get into the first bit of goodies on the list. Oh, my keyboard is trying to make me switch it to something else. That's new. Thank you for that. So Nerdmaid Faith was the first one to submit a little bit of news. It is about the FinFest date change. So Mermaid FinFest's new dates are Friday, August 30th to September 1st, 2019, and the website is mermaidfinfest.com, and I have linked to that in the description box down below. Thank you so much, Nerdmaid Faith, for helping me let everybody know. I actually didn't even know that FinFest was, I feel kind of like in the, see what I mean? Like, I need this as much as you guys need this. Like, I need to know all of the things. Alfie, what are you doing? Okay, I've also totally so you guys haven't seen it since I revamped everything, right? So, I actually have no cables in front of me now. It's a miracle. Everything is tucked behind my desk. It's amazing. And also, Alfie's cam is actually mounted to my sewing table, which you can see. Oh, right there. So, and the wire is all tucked behind my desk, and it is secured with electrical tape because goodness knows. Hello, everyone. I hope I don't, I'm Eleonora. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Welcome. Nerdmaid's in the house. Hello. Raina is going to FinFest. That's awesome. Man, I wished I lived near a mermaid convention here in Arizona. We don't have many mermaids. Oh, maybe you gotta start a little something, maybe. You gotta do what Nerdmaid did and just be like, hey, you, and you. Let's hit the pool. Kawaii Cloud. Hey, Courtney, what are brands that you recommend for someone who wants to do mermaiding but is on a low budget? Do you mean like Mermaid Tail wise or Monofin wise? Mermaiding is like, it's not the most inexpensive sport you could get into. I would say FinFun is a good place to start if you want to kind of get a taste for what the whole kind of jam is, because they have a very good, like, their brand is a very strong brand overall. Their experience is really good. I've dealt with them. I reached out to them and was like, hey, you know, people are asking me, can I do a review for you guys on one of your monofins? And I got to. I have that will be under reviews and unboxings in my playlists if you wanted to check that out. But overall, I feel like it's an experience. Like, when I opened that box and I had that vibe, like, if I hadn't already been a mermaid since 2006, I would have been like, oh, welcome to the world. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they're a good place to start. My biggest recommendation is not to go for anything that you find on like a, you know, I hate to say it, but there are a lot of knockoff tails out there. So making sure that you're getting something from a reputable company that's been around for a while, for a beginner tail, you gotta make sure you know what you're doing, you know, because you could end up in something that could be, you know, very poor quality, or it could be, the monofin could be potentially dangerous to swim in, and that kind of thing. So I think FinFun's a good place to start. And I know a lot of other mermaids will have recommendations as well, places that they prefer and that they like. But price-wise, I kind of feel like that's the thing, right? Sylvester, hello. Widget in the house. Okay, Glow Mermaid. I wish I knew mermaids near me. You could probably try to find a couple of Facebook groups, maybe reach out on the Mer Network, see if you can find, because you would be surprised. Like, there were a few of us that were actually living around here, and it wasn't until, I had done the meetup in 2015, which brought a few of us together, but I never followed up with that because it was honestly a lot of work to organize. And, but there are maybe more than you realize, more than you think, because some people will get into mermaiding not even realizing that there is a huge community of people out there. So, you know, it might just be something worthwhile to just, you know, do a little internet looky-looing and see if you can find a few more people. Jacoby Walker says, I can't see the live. Did you accidentally pause it? Maybe, or you won't actually be able to see me saying that. Can somebody reply to that maybe and let them know? Maybe they accidentally paused it. Maybe try hitting the space bar or hitting the little play sign. I just got a mermaid tail. It's purple. I'm a little oddball. No, but purple's awesome. I have a purple tail too. It's not my, like, commonly worn tail, but I do have a purple one that I made that I also quite love. I might not be able to stay along today. For some reason, I'm extra tired today. Oh no, you know what? That's totally cool. You rewatch it later if you want to. Come to another one. It's all good. Rest is important. Take some time for you and relax. Have a nice cup of chamomile tea. Do the thing. Widget says, I got spoiled by the Luna because I got that one first. Yeah, the Luna pretty much ruined me for every other monofin out there. Like, if I have mermaid dreams, I have a Luna. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always in the Luna. It's amazing. Is it Erilyn? Erilyn, I think. Is it okay? Hi. we're gonna go with hi. Yolanda, hello. How are you doing, fishy? I loved that necklace that you shared with me on Twitter. That was really beautiful. The work that you did on the, what would you call that? I think you said it was macrame. That was really cool though. Radish, hey, how's it going, fishy? Totally recommend FinFun. I got my first tail and monofin from them, and it was affordable and really nice to practice in. That's awesome. Radish, your next commission's almost done, I swear. See, it was my birthday, okay? It was my birthday over the weekend, and then I had some just mental stuff I had to deal with. So it's almost done. I just want to make sure that I do the last pass over it and that I'm really happy with it, and then I will let you check it out. Oh, you can see it now. Good. Okay, I'm really glad that you can see it now. Okay, the chat's starting to go a little bit faster, so if I do miss you and you see that I've passed another comment, you can repost it. I'm sorry. It goes so quick. I'm trying to keep up here. I I made a pod and hope to have a pod meet. I live near Lake Tahoe. Awesome. Way to go. I don't like FinFun that much. It's just not my style, and I don't like the boxy ankles. I don't know if they still... ALFIE, go Betty, baby. If they still have them, though, but still not hating FinFun. ALFIE, go Betty, please. Good boy. You're making this complicated for me, Papa. I know, I'm not a big fan of that heel shape that they have at the back either, but what I do feel is that, like, if you're just starting and you're definitely thinking hobby, or maybe you're not even sure, but you're like, yeah, I just want to see, like, a taste, you know, a little bit of what it's all about. I feel like they're more reasonable, and they have such a wide variety of colors to choose from. And it's just like the presentation, the pamphlets, the informational booklets and stuff that they have out there, the videos. They already have such a community in and of itself that it's sort of a way to kind of get into, you know, get your fin in the door, get your fluke in the door, I don't know, get your fin in the door, and kind of start to experience what the whole mermaid world has to offer, I think. Before we get too much further, I'm going to go over the next little bit since this is all very related. Widget the Mermaid, hey Widget, shared with us FinFun's lead designer had a video, just like a little bit of history, a little bit of background. I actually found it quite interesting, so I have made sure to link to that down in the description box down below. It's topic number 2, so you can check that out. It was just a cool like video showing some of the runway work that the designer had done, and it was just a neat kind of concept that they have someone like that creating mermaid tails for them. Like, how cool is that? It kind of makes me feel like, yeah, tail makers. Yeah, we're doing the thing. So I liked that. And then the next one after that Widget also so kindly shared. I really appreciate that, Widget. We had 4 total and you shared 3 of them. So way to go. Oh, did I type that wrong? Oh gosh. No, I made a typo. Oh no. Fixing it. There we go. All better. Hopefully that'll save an update. So Widget the Mermaid also shared the link to Mermaid Kariel's The Brave Mermaid book. So I've included that as well. It's topic number 3. I included that down below. You can check that out. It was a book she created a while back that I think is now available. Is it on Amazon now? I'm not even sure. But it's a beautiful, beautiful story, and the artwork is all done by Mermaid Kariel, and it's a very inspiring story for children and adults alike, and I really enjoyed it. So that is also down there if you'd like to check it out. Now I'm going to save the last one for a little later because it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm excited. I'm excited. Hello, everybody. Sweet dude, you're fine. Take your time. Always a fellow commission artist. I know it's nice to have time and no deadline. Yeah, for sure. Well, no, I got really, like, absorbed. I did share, I don't know if you saw it, I did share in my stories a couple of days ago, I did share a little tiny teaser of it, and I was really, I'm just having, like, way too much fun with the concept. So, I'm really starting to like this character that you're having me do. It's a lot of fun, so. Aloha, everyone! Hey, Latu's Belly Dancers! And happy late birthday, Courtney! Oh, thank you so much. Where else? Oh gosh, it just jumped again. There we go. Natasha says, yeah, I think FinFun is awesome. Yeah, the design could be better, but is safe and affordable. And I just feel like because it's just a solid experience. I kind of feel like for someone's first tail experience, I feel like you're better to have something that is just kind of like tested and true, you know what you're going to get. You've seen everybody's got the same, like, you know, it's just like a good way to start, especially if you don't know that you're going to like it as a hobby or as a sport and whatnot. So I hope people submit stuff. Yeah, I wasn't sure if people would, and you know what? It might just be because it was the first one, and I also didn't really advertise it anywhere else. So, but yeah, if you guys have, and it can be your own news too, like, why not, right? So if you have a little YouTube channel and you're like, oh, you know, I've got a new video up, maybe it's something that everyone can relate to. If it's something like, yeah, community news wise, like maybe you attended a meetup and you're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Courtney just sort of said a little something in the thing, because maybe I didn't even see it. Maybe I'd like to check it out too, right? So I thought it would just be a neat, keeping it mermaid community related though, as best as you can, because that's what this is Tail Talk Tuesday, right? So if you're working on a new mermaid tale you want us to check out, or you know, there's an event going on, just anything like that, the link is underneath Tail Talk Tuesday in the description box down below me. I point over here because I'm looking at it over here, but it's down there for you guys. And it's super simple form. You just include your name so that I can credit you, any links so that I can verify the information and all that good stuff, you know, just so also so that I can share them on in my description box. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you see that I am on the ball today, you guys? Mermaid Widget inspires me. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, she does. Hoping to go to the Sacramento Mermaid Convention. Yes. I saw Singapore at the end of the description. Maybe I'll stay to the end. Do. Yes. I wanted to talk about that. And I'm going to pull it up actually on my phone so that I can see it one more time. Because the quote that went with it was really intense. Let's just get into it right now. It's okay. Okay. So, the last one, it was also submitted by the lovely Widget the Mermaid. And it is basically, so the Singapore Mermaid, I'm just going to read what I had off of here. Amazing words for mermaids to live by. It's almost like an ode to professional mermaids and fantasy folk like entertainers and such alike. I found it really encouraging and motivational, and I just wanted to say thank you, Widget, for sharing, because I hadn't actually seen this one. I do follow the Singapore Mermaid on Instagram, so I was kind of surprised that I haven't like seen this. And the video is absolutely, it's just absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see. Oh, stop tilting it, Courtney. Tilt it that way. There we go. So she's doing this beautiful underwater performance, and it's just when people like, even I experienced this. The other day, I was having a situation with Apple. Some of you may have seen that they overcharged me by $1,400 for something, which was amazing. Thank you, Apple. And so I was dealing with that, and I'm on the phone with my credit card company, and they're like, so what's your profession? And here I am, I'm like, because this is literally it. Okay, like professional mermaid, content creator, you know, and mermaid tail maker, like, what do you say to that? And what people say, like, I mean, I go for like freelance artist or something, right? But how do you, I had a family member who asked me what I do, and I was like, okay, how do I, you feel almost like guilty for saying it or something, or you feel not embarrassed, because I'm not embarrassed to be a mermaid, and I'm not, and sometimes it's really fun to really trip people up. Like somebody, I was at Save On the other day, and someone was like, so what do you do for a living? And I was like, I make mermaid tails for a living, and they were like, you what now? But I feel like a lot of other industries and such take it for granted that it's actually a really hard thing to do, the underwater swimming videos, especially, and these women who perform, men and women who perform underwater, for crowds of people who make it look like it's the easiest thing in the world, when in reality the eyes are burning, the nose is burning, the ears are plugged and in pain, the feet are cramping, the back is hurting, your chest is burning, your wig is pulling your hair back on your head, and you feel like you're about to get scalped. But they do it with a smile on their face. Like, she is rocking it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when somebody says to you, oh, you're a mermaid, like that's stupid. That's not really even that challenging. Like, you can't even call that a profession, And it's like, well, come on. Really? Like, she says at the end, I think, okay, so if you can't do it, then don't knock it. The world continues to move, and the audience will continue to demand magic whether you like it or not. And I feel like there's such truth in that. Do you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like in a world where we're all just, you just need a little bit of magic. I couldn't even finish that sentence. Everything that happened, I don't want to get like Notre Dame and like everything that happened yesterday. That was really, really sad. I don't want us to like dive into all of that, but I just feel like in a world where every day there's just horrors around the world and horrible things happening, that sometimes just a little bit of magic and a little bit of light and a little bit of love that we can put out there as sort of fantasy creatures, right? Where, it just gives you a second to just switch into a different mode of thinking, maybe. I don't know. That's something that I'm struggling with myself personally. Life can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes, and you don't really know sometimes whether you're coming or going, and sometimes it's like we take life too seriously, maybe. I I don't know. Can anybody relate to that? I kind of feel like that's a thing. But I did just want to say a huge shout out to the Singapore Mermaid for putting that out there and just being like that sort of kind of open with people and being like, no, actually, you know, I mean, haters are going to hate, trolls are going to troll, as we know. They out there, they doing their thing. You know, they're hating themselves as much as we're disliking the stuff that they post, but what are you going to do, right? I feel like those are the people that need it most, you know. It's almost like for them that we, you know, I don't know. I'm getting too philosophical, but you know where I'm going with that? Anyways. So that was the last piece of news. If you wanted to check out the post, I have linked to it as well in the description box down below under number 4. So those were all of the news, like mermaid community news related topics that I had. If you do want to submit your own, please be sure to do so. Don't be scared. I will check it out. And the link was to the form is down below. Okay. To be professional, you might have a bit older to run a business. I lost something. I lost the post. I think there's nothing wrong with being like young and starting your plan. You know, I knew from very young that I wanted to be an artist of some kind. There are 44 people watching right now. Is anybody else having a heart attack? Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you so much. That's insane. But I do think it's fine to start making your plans and start, you know, looking at what it would actually take, and then kind of gearing maybe your education and your plans in a certain direction. I think to actually run a business, obviously, you're going to need to be like the legal age, wherever that is for you to kind of do your thing, but there's nothing to say you couldn't start little side projects on the side if you liked that. Give me a thumbs up. But, you know, I think my first, like, job when I was a kid, I worked at a hair salon, like, just sweeping and cleaning and stuff like that. I was probably 14, I think, 13 or 14, so... Anyways, anyone can be a mermaid. Absolutely. Sup fishes? Sup fishes? What do mermaids eat? Some people say they can't eat fish because they are friends, but what else can they eat? Okay, are we talking like super serious, or are we talking like fantasy? Because in real life, you're going to need to make sure that you're getting in adequate, like, you're going to need to make sure you're eating foods that are going to support your immune system because you're swimming in icky water 90% of the time and you're dealing with lots of kids and other people, and you know what, your immune system is going to take a hit a lot of the time. So making sure that you're getting your antioxidants, making sure you're getting enough protein, making sure you're getting enough of your vitamins and your minerals, you're drinking lots of water. Hydration is a huge deal. I take extra magnesium, potassium, I do like sea salt baths, mineral water, and like there's lots of different things that I do. You know, I'll eat an hour before swimming so that I have a clearer system, things have digested. You know, in terms of like what a mermaid, if she was a species, I would imagine they'd probably be predators, just given that if they are closer to having like human intelligence or whatnot, because we eat like, we're, you know, I mean, not everybody's a carnivore, obviously, and we're omnivorous and whatever. It's a whole other topic for a whole other video and a whole other channel. Okay, guys, let's not get too intense here, but I feel like it would probably depend on where they lived, how they evolved, and that kind of thing. I could go off on a major tangent. I live for that kind of stuff. Alfie, baby, can you lie down, please? Down? Alfie, down? Hey, down. Good boy. Oh, where are you going? Oh, it is a good boy. All right, I'm just gonna let it get caught up just for a sec here. Radish says, I was about 13 when I started my commission as an artist. At 15, I worked at Baskin-Robbins to fuel my addiction for mermaid tails. Yes, I needed some jobs to pay the bills. No, totally, right? Can I please make you a tail? I don't make tails for free, so if you are asking for a serious tail, I do have commissions I am available. I am accepting applications for mermaid tail slots, and yes, you heard me right. It is an application process now. So moving forward, I will be accepting mermaid tail applications. You'll let me know what you're thinking you'd like to do, what monofin you'd like to use, your measurement from your waist to your heels, so I have a rough idea of what fabric, how much I need to order, and where you live so I can estimate the shipping for you. And then I will, and of course, like if you want any add-ons, if you want a new top, you want a matching top, and you want matching leggings and this kind of thing, then I will go ahead, give you a quote, and from there, we go forward, and I reserve the right to not do any mermaid tails that I don't feel I will be able to give that can fit my skill set. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the kind of mermaid tails I do, if somebody came in to me and asked for, you know, a mermaid tail made of steel or something, like, or plating, or you know, or maybe a really grotesque, or maybe something that's not quite fitting to what I'm capable of, I wouldn't want to accept it and be like, yeah, I'm going to make this for you, and then not be able to give it the 100% so mermaid seal of approval that you know I like to rock, right? So that's my jam there. Feels like the Siren, I lost that one, hang on. Feels like the Siren TV series got it right, merfolk as predators at the top of the food chain. There are a few plants in the sea, and they're like phytoplankton and kelp forests. Right on. Wait, you are? Yes. You applied. Yeah, Widget, I saw that. I just haven't gotten to any of my emails because I've actually had a couple of days with Eric now, so I wanted to make sure that, like, after my birthday, sometimes I'm not always in the best headspace, so I just wanted to take some time to kind of get my head screwed on, right? Before I kind of continue about my business. But I did actually have 2 applications already that I will check out this week, and I'm picking up fabric for another tail. 2 tails actually are ready for pickup, so I'm actually going to grab those today most likely, and I'll be letting my clients know that their fabric is in, and I always get a little nervous, but I'll do a workshop Wednesday video. One of the tails I won't be able to show. My patrons will know which one that is. I've also linked, just because I have a feeling somebody's going to ask, Patreon pod is now linked in the cards. I figured out you could actually do that. Who knew? I figured because you couldn't actually, like, approve Patreon the way you can do other websites, that it's actually, like, you can do, I didn't know. So you can actually check out my Patreon pod now in the cards, like, and that's the little, there's like a, that's my side. It's going to be like up here somewhere. There's like a little eye that you can click that and you can get to patreonpod.com. Anyways, all that being said, I will do a workshop Wednesday video tomorrow, since I'll be spending some time sewing. And a new workshop Wednesday video is actually going to go live tomorrow. I am no longer going to be streaming on Wednesdays, okay guys? So unless there's some kind of major circumstance, I have something super important to share with you guys. One live stream like this a week is going to be the jam, and it's going to continue to be Tail Talk Tuesday. Nothing will happen to Tail Talk Tuesday. I will keep this as is, but yeah, 2 live streams back to back is too much. It's too much for you guys, it's too much for me, and we done. So it's also a Workshop Wednesday day, so I should be sharing with you Workshop Wednesday stuff. So tomorrow's video is going to be all about the fabric I use and how I measure it out to cut it and get it ready for printing. So that's going to be worth checking out. I have some really stupid funny moments in there that I didn't cut out, so enjoy. Enjoy, and that'll go up tomorrow at 2 as the videos usually do. So hey Lumikatu, how's it going? I so want to put in a tail submission plea, but I'm broke now. Oh, later this year, definitely. They're going to be open on an ongoing basis now. So it's just going to be open as is. And as a continual thing, it's over on shopvancouvermermaid.com. As per usual, under Mermaid Tails, you'll scroll down and it will say scroll. Did I just say scroll? I may have just said scroll. Scroll down and you'll be able to see the application process. Please make sure that you guys read through all of the information that's there before you dive in. I also have a mermaid FAQ with all the information as well. So I just wanted to change things around because I didn't feel that it was right to open them just periodically. You know what I mean? Like, it makes more sense just to, especially now that I'm coming towards the end of the list that I actually had for 2019. I didn't think I was actually going to be getting through these as quickly as I am. So, shock, like, who knew? Making a few changes to my setup has actually made it so I'm now, it's far easier for me to be working on multiple tails at the same time. It wasn't easy before. Before it was like one more or less at a time. So that was just something, now that I've been able to do it, it's just going to be on an ongoing basis. So hopefully everybody's cool with that. Hopefully we can do the thing. And there will still be obviously a wait list, and I will of course let people know where they are at as we approach their, you know, or as they, no, as I give them their quote, I'll let them know, like, this is how many people I have waiting ahead of you. But it is also how long it takes to get your tail is also determined by how long it takes you to get me your measurements. So if you get me your measurements like stat, I put it in priority of who gets me their measurements first, because I'm like, we do it, right? I need those to break down. I cannot do all the work I need to do unless I have your measurements, right? So once I get those, I break it down, I throw it in the computer, and then I can start designing. Then the next set comes in, and then then you go back and forth between the orders. So scroll, yes. Well, it's my thing. Your German is showing, Courtney. Scroll. Okay, seriously, the other day, I don't know what I was trying to spell something, and instead of putting SH, I put SCH, and I was like, yeah, that's like solid. It's rough now. I actually have German neighbors now, and I cuss and curse, unfortunately, in German all the time because nobody knows what's going on, right? Some of the words you know, but it's like, meh. But now I've got these guys across the way, so I'm not going to say anything like any of the words, because obviously it's no good, but I had the window open, and I sewed through. I actually sewed. Oh, and the other day I actually pinned right through my leg. That was really good. Not on any client stuff, this was all on my stuff, but I felt like, really good, and I yelled something out the window, and he was out there shaking out a mat, and then he was like, and I was like, oh god, Courtney, be mindful, you airhead. The birthday party, what? Smash that subscribe button. What are we doing? What's going on? 4 days until your birthday! I know! That's so awesome. 4 days. What day is it? Oh, it's the 16th already! So you know what? We're having our meetup. That's right. That's right. Are you stoked? You're gonna get a little something that day from me, and it's sitting behind me. I wish I had the money for one of your tails, because I want one of your tails. You're so sweet. I know, I did have to make some adjustments. Unfortunately, like, I've been taking a pretty big loss on the tails, and, you know, I'm an artist. I don't like to think of this as making money and having, you know, but I still have to pay for the roof over my head and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, I'm starting to come to that realization that, like, I need to be a little bit more careful and a little bit smarter about how I do things if I actually want this to be sustainable and feasible for myself long-term and for you guys long-term. So yeah, it's been a real learning curve. I will say that for absolute sure. You don't realize until you're actually doing it. Like, I thought being in business myself and doing things a certain way, I thought it was going to be because I'd already been doing it for so long, but when you're really doing all of it yourself, it's a very different sort of experience. So, a good experience. I'm still very happy and still very much enjoying myself, but it was just definitely different. Ooh. On other news, I'm still recovering from my training weekend, both physically and mentally. I think the hit was worse mentally. Oh, as balancing a day job, swim technique, practice, homework, etc. is draining. I totally understand. Oh man, I'm sending you all the love and good vibes, and way to go for sticking with it and doing your thing. Like, take breaks when you need to, though, right? How did you decide to sell tails? Did you do tails for free, tests before deciding to officially sell tails? I'd love to make and sell them, but I'm so scared because I've never done one before. I've been making mermaid tails since 2006, so I've been testing out different, techniques, different ways of doing it. I started making some YouTube videos here and there in 2011 moving forward. And the reason that I started making them was because I would do gigs for birthdays and events around Vancouver and such, and parents would ask me, like, oh, can you make my son or daughter a mermaid tail? I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Just the measurements and this, that, and the other, and I would make them so that they could grow into them, like they could seam rip them and have them resewn if they wanted to, so as they got a little bit taller, they were still usable, and da-da-da-da. And then I was like, you know, I could do this. And I had offered slots at one point for painted tails. Thank goodness nobody was interested, because what kind of a gong show that would have been. Like, ooh wee, that would have been awful. When I actually calculated it out, what I had originally planned on charging versus what it actually takes to make one of the painted tails, oh my god, I would have been at a loss, like a few $100s. So stupid. So once I made the first couple of like the G1 tails that you've seen me swim in, there was the blue and green one, there was the purple and yellow one. I think there was there just those two, or did I do another one? I think there was just those two as my like prototype tails to start to see how this would work best. Once I did those, I kind of realized like, oh, I'm actually going to be able to do this for people. And then I was like, ooh, this might need to be my day job. You know what I'm saying? So that was how I came about it. I would recommend, if you've never made a mermaid tail before, you're going to need to go through that experience. Because making a tail for yourself is one thing, making a tail for somebody else is a whole other kettle of fish, and let me tell you, if it is not the most terrifying thing, it is the most rewarding thing, but it is the most terrifying thing. Like, I get butterflies in my stomach every time I go, and I'm like, oh my god, this tail, like, I hope they like it, I hope that's what they wanted, I hope that it fits them nicely, I hope, and 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 you know that you've done everything humanly possible. Like, I have so many systems in place to make sure that I'm doing things right, and knock on wood, been very successful thus far. But even with all of my years of experience, I still have that, like, anxiety that I'm just gonna, you know, and something's gonna happen, and somebody's just gonna be, you know, and my goal is, right, is all about So Mermaid, and the magic, and keeping it going, and all of this. So you're gonna need to experiment. If you can find a couple guinea pigs, so make a tail for yourself, figure out, you know, what are your materials going to be, what are your things. If you guys are at all interested in how I'm doing the printed mermaid tails, I do have an ebook available on shopvancouvermermaid.com that it doesn't give you like the business end of the insight, but it does tell you like fabric choices, monofin choices, you know, how you gather the information, where you gather the information, and basically how you do it step by step. So, hey, nah. Hey, go to your bed, please, right now. Young man, I mean it. Go to your bed right now. That's a good boy. I know, you're just trying to protect Mummy from the clown from It, I'm sure. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, all of the information, and there will be a link also up in the cards and down in the description box down below for you to check out, that can get you access to that book, and it's super handy. I spent like almost a year putting that together. But yeah, so in terms of that, learning the ins and outs, making the mistakes, and being okay that you make mistakes, but just making sure that you've got all the kinks worked out before you go and take a bunch of orders for tails and then have a massive freak out when you're like, you know, because there's things like factoring in stretch. There's so many different things you need to take into consideration when you're going to start a tail making business. And remembering that it's not actually as easy as you think. Like, it took me a long time before anybody was ready to have faith in me actually making them a tail. Like, people see my tails all the time. They're like, oh, that's great. Oh, you made it yourself, eh? But, and also your price point, because making mermaid tails and selling them isn't like a cheap enterprise, let me tell you. And it's not a big money-making kind of a scheme either, because I have not made anything of a profit at all, which is what the whole big scare has been for me. I have pretty much eaten up all of my savings doing this. So for me, the balance has been, I really enjoy doing this, and the light and happiness and magic and just the passion I see in other mermaids and that I can help bring to other mermaids has made it worth the unfortunate expense that it has been for me. So hence the adjustment in my prices so that it's fair for me. Hopefully it just, the balance can be there a little bit more and all that good stuff. Let me just see. My mom is going to try and make me my first fabric tail. That's awesome. My fabric is on the way for tail and top. Eek! Yes. The same feelings when I made commissions. Totally right. What's my favorite tail other than my purple one? Are you asking me, I think you might be asking Faith. I'm not sure. If you're asking me, my favorite tail is the one in the poster that's just behind me. The blue one that's Chester, and Chester is my baby. I actually have, you can see sitting behind me, I actually have Helen is sitting out. Helen is hanging out because I did a wee photo shoot in Helen yesterday. Maybe I have one picture. I'm not sure if I have a picture that I can show. But I did just like a mini. I had to get a new header for my blog because my blog's gonna be coming back to life soon. But is this okay? Let me just. That's a little bit awkward, but this was one of the raw photos from that, where I'm just hanging out. You can actually see the finished photo, the edited one, because I had to take out some of the stuff in the background, is over on VancouverMermaid.com under blog, so you can see that up there. But so I had her out because I wanted to wear the sparkly, the sparkly tail. I don't use her for much anymore, so. Widget, would it help to have a financial planner work with you on your business? I couldn't even afford a financial planner, so that's not a thing for me, No, it's just about being realistic. When you run your own business, it's more than like showing up and getting a paycheck and then seeing that the government's taking all your money for taxes. Because when you do it yourself, everything that I use is now like I have to pay for it. When I worked in the animation industry, it's not like I had to provide my own computer, although at a couple of gigs I actually had to provide my own Cintiq, which was a bit weird, but that's neither here nor there. But I have to, when my computer broke down, I had to drop a few $1,000s to get another one. The microphone you have to pay for, and it all, fabric, material, when my sewing machine needs maintenance, it's just all of these things that come into, that you have to actually factor in with everything that you do. If I want to charge for a tail, it has to cover all of the cost of the materials, okay? It has to cover taxes. It has to cover my time, because what do you want to get paid hourly, right? What do I have for gas money for when Eric has to bring my mermaid tails into town, and then of course you have to charge for shipping, but I do that as a separate entity so that it's just literally just covering the shipping, and we call that done. And sometimes it doesn't even cover the shipping totally, especially if it's going somewhere else around the world. Then that eats into the money that you would have made, which then gets usually put right back into the business. So it's a very fine line, that we all walk. And I'm definitely learning a lot as I go, and I'm reading a lot of books, and I'm doing a lot of research online and such to kind of figure out, where I can make more improvements to the systems that I have in place. Like my latest kind of improvement was actually, God, my hair looks so bad right now, you guys. I'm sorry that I'm not my best for you this morning, but hey, what are you gonna do? My latest improvement, though, is that you guys are now on a permanent setup. So come, Tail Talk Tuesday, I just have to plug myself in. And a huge shout out to Digimer for providing me with the information so that I could hook everything up to my Mac and just have it a really nice setup. So yeah, big shout out to Digimer, because if it wasn't for you, my fishy, I would be having a very serious issue over here. You know what I'm saying? I think my dogs like the taste of chlorine skin. They have an obsessive compulsive licking disorder. Oh no. I still want you to make your Pennywise plush a small tail. Oh my gosh. Was that you? That was you that suggested that, right? That was hysterical. The thing is, he's actually just around the corner, but he has little feet that stick out, and I don't like, would I make the tail so it comes down his body and then sticks out the front, and then his little fluke would like sit out in front of him? I don't know. It was just a weird. My dad gives free financial advice. He's a chartered financial planner with a master's in math and physics. He mostly works with investments, but it could be something to look into. That's very generous of you. I am like comfortable with where my budget and my stuff is right now. It's just that I will have to finish off everything that I've already committed to before I can kind of move on to my new plan. So it's all part of the fun. Have you checked your email? No, I haven't, because I was actually away for my birthday. So I am going to be getting back to all of those emails soon. And I appreciate your patience. I will get back to them likely today or tomorrow. Your birthday is on the 12th of May, I'm assuming. Awesome. All the birthdays. But yeah, I took a little bit of time because I just needed it. I just have not been in a very good headspace, and I just wanted to make sure that I could get myself back on track and all that good stuff. My birthday's May 18th. Look at all the birthdays. All the birthdays. Yeah, April's kind of a huge... April and May and June actually are huge months for like people that I know having birthdays. The 6th of October, right on. Right on. Well, that is super exciting. How was your birthday? My birthday was, you know, it was good. I enjoyed my birthday. I had friends over the day before my birthday, and then on the day of my birthday, I spent some time with my mom and my grandma and Eric and the dog, and we played a game, which was really fun. I think it's that game called Sorry. It's the one where you have like the 4 little guys that you have to get around the board, and you pop the dice, and my grandma loves that game, and it's really hysterical to play it with her because she's such a shark. And then my mom gets super into it. You have to watch your little characters so carefully because she'll take you out. But so I did that, but I'm not a really big birthday person. I get really, not because I'm getting older, but I get really depressed around my birthday for just reasons that I'm trying to work through. But birthdays are never good for me. I'm usually an absolute disaster. So what do you do? I'm really good at faking it and pretending that I'm okay and that everything's fine, when in reality, I just cry a lot around my birthday. So I end up not being super active on social media unless I have stuff scheduled that goes up. And the Canadian plays Sorry. I know, I actually realized that while we were playing that, like, we're vicious. Nobody says sorry. Everyone's like, ha ha ha, knocked you back to home, you know? But yeah, I did kind of realize the irony in the Canadian playing Sorry. I kind of realized that. It was pretty good. Gotta go, everyone. Bye! My mom forces us to play it all the time. It's a good game. And what's nice is, like, I would like to get maybe a larger version because it's a little bit hard for my grandma to play, but she can pop the dice, and she doesn't have, like, it's so unfair, right? Neuropathy being a thing. So neuropathy is basically you have no feeling and yet all you feel is pain. So that's perfect, right? So she has a hard time, like, articulating her digits, like doing things like that to, like, pick up small pieces. So I don't know, it might be cool to get a larger game board so she can play it a bit easier. But it's hysterical. It's hysterical because her poker face is like, she'll have all 4 of her little guys out and you don't know what's coming. You're like, oh God. But she's usually really nice to me, and she doesn't kill off any of my little characters. So thank you, Omi. I want to give you a hug now. Oh, thanks. That's so fun, Courtney. Yeah, it was pretty good. It's lots of fun. I'm absolutely gutted your parcel hasn't come before your birthday. I know, I went and I checked yesterday. I was sad. I was like, oh. Sometimes it can take, because you're in the UK, right? It can take up to 6 weeks for stuff to get to me. It is insane, and I don't know why. There have been times where I waited and waited and waited, and I've contacted sellers and I've been like, look, this is the thing. They're like, yeah, this is taking a really long time. Hang in there. And then like 2 weeks later, it'll show up and it will have been like 6 to 8 weeks. And it's like, why? Why is this taking so long? I don't understand. Right, Radish? I cannot tell you how many relationships have been ruined by Sorry and Monopoly. Oh, Monopoly is the one. If there was ever a game that almost ruined my childhood and ruined a relationship, it's Monopoly. Monopoly is evil. It's crazy. Natasha says, my anxiety and depression pop up a lot, and my family has caught on to my cover-ups. Yeah. It's like, it sucks. I don't know. It's like coping is one thing, passing for like fine is another thing, and I really don't like it when somebody's like, oh, you're doing a really good job dealing with it. Like, that's something I should be proud of. Like, pretending that I'm okay is something I should be proud of doing, and it's something like, guys, I implore you, okay? If you are not feeling up to something and you are feeling crappy and you are feeling sad and, you know, take some time for you. Do what you need to do for you. Don't worry about letting somebody else down, or if you have a commitment, just whatever. If somebody's like, oh, well, can't you just deal with it? No, you can't. You know what? Go have yourself a bubble bath, okay? Go have a phone call with a friend. Have a phone call with a family member. You know what? Just do something that you know is just, you know, a tried and true kind of a thing that you can do. Like for me, it's a saltwater bath. Sea salt. I mean, right. Am I really a mermaid? You never know, right? Put some sea salt in there and I will just soak, and I will come out and I will feel a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's a little bit. Go for a walk. If you need to take a second to stand outside and have a deep breath of fresh air, then do the thing. But don't, like, it makes me nuts. It makes me nuts because I feel very strongly that my whole, like, life and childhood has always, not always, but a lot of the time has been me trying to deal with anxiety and just faking normal so that nobody picks on me or nobody thinks I'm having attitude or nobody, you know, whatever. So that's a thing, and it just makes me nuts. Anyways, just saying, guys. I'm sending you guys love, but sometimes it's okay to be selfish if you need to take care of yourself. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. Oh, man. I think I lost my father's love during Monopoly. Oh, no. I will just never forget playing Monopoly with my cousins. And I don't even think they were letting me play so much as watch and like hold the money. But oh my God, I remember people getting so mad. Like, come on, guys. Everybody play nice. Oh man, I cry when I go bankrupt. Yeah. Have you thought of doing art prints or more mermaid accessories? And what about making stickers, buttons out of the drawing you did of ALFIE with a mermaid tail? Well, I actually have a discount that I'm going to use for myself for, they gave it to me after like doing a survey for Sticker Mule, and I'm going to make some ALFIE Otter, I think ALFIE Otter stickers, or I was thinking of making stickers of actually ALFIE, like my dog, but I wasn't sure what you guys would like more, so I might leave it up to the Patreon pod. I might do a poll on there for those guys and see if they have any suggestions what they might want to see, because I do want to do another set of stickers. I just don't know what of, but my deadline to use this thing is like, I don't know, like next week, so I kind of have to make up my mind. But yes. But yeah, stickers, more stickers. I do have two stickers right now that are available on Shop Vancouver Mermaid. They are on the back of my laptop, which I can't show you because it's facing that way and it's precarious. But yeah, so one of them is my logo, and oh, I actually had one more. Did I not put the? Oh, I did put the other one up there, didn't I? Anyways, I've got a couple of stickers. I've got one enamel pin. I do have buttons, but I haven't listed those because I've kind of just been giving those out as little gifties, or I've been selling them at conventions and stuff. So, but yeah, everything is actually up over on shopvancouvermermaid.com, and I am accepting art commissions for like mermaid tail designs for the full like character, like the full mermaid concept. You would have to let me know that that's something that you want, because I haven't actually made the listing for that yet because time is a thing, my dudes. So as far as like art prints go, I haven't ever really thought about doing art prints. Some of the work that I've done hasn't been the right size to do art prints. If you guys see any of my work, and I also don't want to sell any of the fan art that I've, done, because that's just not my jam. So, you know, maybe one day. The worst is when people tell you to now act depressed or sad or to not act sad or depressed because it ruins the mood for everyone else. Oh, the rage that gives me. I don't know. I used to just kind of like, okay, whatever, we're doing, it's fine, I'm faking it, like, I feel like I'm about to die, but it's okay. Until I had my big meltdown at Daiso. So I've had panic attacks throughout my life. For a portion of my life, I didn't actually know what they were, and it would make me really, like, I would get angry, not scared, I would get, like, rage. And, you know, I was like, okay, well, whatever. That was how my anxiety used to manifest. Now my anxiety manifests in a you're about to faint kind of a way. And it causes me this extreme amount of terror because I'm having this like out of body experience, like hashtag trigger warning much. I'm sorry guys if this is like too much information. Anyways, so I have been checked. Like I've had my heart checked. I've had my blood pressure checked. I've been looked over. There's not a thing wrong with me that should cause this kind of, but so it's stress related, right? So then I had this anxiety attack, like full on panic attack, okay, at Daiso. And I'm standing, I can remember I was standing in the aisle and all of a sudden I looked at Eric, I'm like, I am gonna faint. Like, I'm actually gonna faint. And then I was like, and so I kind of slumped to the ground and I was like, all right, am I actually gonna faint? And the whole world is just like, anyways, the whole thing, like, the whole episode lasted about an hour, which was amazing, before I started to be, like, verbally functional again, which was great. And then the effects of it, the aftermath, lasted almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks of, like, in and out of, like, something's gonna, and I never fainted, it never happened. So after that, I kind of said to myself, no, maybe now it's time to take it more seriously. Maybe it's time to start thinking like, my mental health is actually worth something. It may not be worth it to other people, but other people's reality is not my reality. My reality is my responsibility. So that should be, I can make that on a t-shirt for myself. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's important to take yourself seriously. Don't worry about other people and their stupid opinions. Don't worry about other people being like, oh, can't you just deal with it? If somebody says that to you and doesn't freaking apologize, like stat, that person can just go. That person can just be put aside. Because you know what? I've gotten rid of people in my life like that and I'm better for it. You know what? You don't need fake people around who are going to give you a hard time when you're not doing well and be like, oh, well, can't you just, like, this is so frustrating. Like, God, like, can't you just deal? If I won't do that right in front of the microphone for your benefit, but imagine me just smack. Okay. Okay, I want to scroll back up because I totes went on a little tangent there. But you know what? You guys have to know, like, I've got your back. If you were having a crappy day, okay, just imagine a little Courtney Mermaid sitting on your shoulder telling you it's okay, and you've got this. And if you don't have this, that's okay too. You take a break. You do what you gotta do. If you need to get help or you need to get on the phone with a friend, you need to reach out to somebody, you do the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's very serious. I haven't seen Game of Thrones. Please no spoilers. I have not been watching it because we haven't got cable because it's cable or internet, and I can't afford both, so here we are. I was hoping that it would be on iTunes. I guess they aren't releasing it on iTunes like they've done for other shows, which is a shame, so I don't know where else I can get it. If I can, like, purchase a subscription somewhere just for that one channel, I don't know, but here we are. ALFIE, yes, totes, right? Oh, man. Mermaid, my DM always open. Yeah, that's sweet of you. So Mermaid sticker needed. Yes, So Mermaid sticker needed, and So Mermaid a couple of other things in the works. So just, yeah, stay tuned, because I am working on 2 top secret, very serious things that involve So Mermaid. So please. And oh, bumper stickers are also, that one we already knew about, though. I am working on a So Mermaid bumper sticker that is going to be coming soon. Maybe that's what I should use that discount on instead of the ALFIE Otter one, because the So Mermaid one's going to be more expensive because they're going to be bigger. I don't know. Guys, what do I do? Card decals, yes! Radish says, totally commission her for a full body design. Yes, they're fun. They're really good. I have it here. I can show you what it looks like. The full body designs are done off of a base, but the whole design is still my artwork. So, do I have it here? Hello? Oh no. Where did it go? I'll show you guys super quick. Rage is full on now too, right? Yeah, she was clearly a crappy friend who doesn't deserve you for sure. Hey, Mermaid Lolly! So late. I was on a walk with Zelda. Hey, that's important. You got to spend time with the puppies. So this is the... I don't know how well that's going to show up. Ping, ping, ping! So pretty. So that's, yeah, the full body. I do it off of a base just to make it... because I like things to look just nice and clean and crisp and symmetrical, but I actually do go over all the lines again, and I feel like this one's turning out like I wish this was my character. I wish it was mine, because she's so pretty, and I worked so hard on it, and I tried so many different patterns and shapes and designs, and I'm really, really happy with how it's looking. So Project TV Online, right on. I just want to make sure that, like, it's a legit... I don't know, I haven't heard of that one before, because I'm okay to pay for, like, a certain amount. It's just, when I was doing it before on TV, it added, like, a lot to my budget, so. I'm a mermaid, but I'm afraid of the ocean. It makes me really sad. Hey, can I tell you, like, a super legit, honest to Zeus truth right now? Is it? Oh my gosh, we only have 5 minutes to go. This is terrible. How did that go so fast? Okay, here's the truth. And I talked about this in another Tail Talk, okay? Guys, I'm actually terrified of the ocean, okay? So, I don't want you to feel bad, because right now, literally, I used to not be scared of the ocean, okay? As a teenager, I was out there all the time, and I was totally fine. I'm actually not sure when it started. As my anxiety has gotten worse over the years, the thought of not being able to see what's below me in the water, like, I'm not necessarily scared of what's in the water, it's not knowing what's around me that freaks me out. And I have all of this, like, doomsday kind of anxiety where I'm going to get swept out to sea and all of these things. Like, anxiety about open bodies of water, I feel like that's fine. You know what? We're in the same boat, okay? We can get, like, matching t-shirts or something. I don't know, but I got you, okay? Don't let it make you feel sad. I think there's, you know what? I'm going to take actually some time this summer to be more around the water, be more on the water, in the water, and do it in small steps so that I can start to get over some of whatever it is that has crept in, because I'm a good swimmer, but it still makes me a little nervous, you know? So I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of, you know? It's just part of a natural instinctive thing when you're out in the ocean. Like, we, you know, yes, we are for the most part hairless, and we have slightly webbed fingers and toes, and we can hold our breath longer than other mammals, and da-da-da-da-da-da. So it does point to being able to be in the water, but it's still, like, we are 90% of the time anyways on land, right? So I wouldn't beat yourself up about it, and just know that I actually experience the same thing all the time. Okay, even in lakes, rivers, any open body of water, any kind of a thing like that, like, I'm always like, okay, Courtney, you're in a mermaid tail, look normal. Look like you're totally comfortable, it's fine. Nobody's looking, right? Okay, so please don't give yourself a hard time about that, alright? Did Jaws scar you for life? No, I actually love sharks. It's not sharks that I'm scared of. I think of everything, jellyfish. Jellyfish probably scare me the most. Jellyfish, piranhas, and... like, when am I ever going to encounter piranhas? Like, please. But jellyfish and certain bacteria, especially because, like, here where I am in Vancouver, we get those warnings every year where the water's no longer safe to swim in. All that good stuff, but what are you gonna do? That's totally chill. I personally love it, but my girlfriend is terrified, so I understand it, right? Like, it's just one of those things. I used to never have that problem, like, legit, you know. Eric and I were in college together, because that's where we met, was in college, and we'd go down to the beach with friends, and me and another friend of mine, we'd be out in the surf, like, just having a merry old time, like, no problem. I'd swim out, because there's, like, sandbars, so you'd swim out, and then you could touch the ground, and then you'd swim back, and then you could touch the ground again. Never a freak out, never a problem. Like, I don't know, but now, I'd say over the last, like 6 years, I've gotten a bit weird about the ocean, and I feel like it's time to figure out where that, like, deep-rooted anxiety is coming from, and it's time to just weed that right out, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, one step at a time. I pet a jellyfish before. Oh my gosh. I don't know, I've eaten jellyfish before. I'm not a fan. No fear whatsoever for those. Aren't you lucky? Okay, girl, but Okay, but girl, the Florida Springs. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I would do it. Absolutely. Like, I get out in the ocean. This case in point, there's a picture of me in the ocean right here. I'm not like, but I'm just saying that it's not like I'm the most comfortable. You know what I mean? And I think it's okay to admit that and to be one of the people that's not, you know. Rip currents scare me the most. Yes, that too. I love mermaids and love your opinions on mermaids and love these Tail Talk Tuesdays. Thank you for making amazing content. Oh, thank you. What is your opinion on webbed gloves? I actually really want to try some. So I actually really want to get some of those webbed finger guys. I saw Raina, I think, use them the first time, and I was like, I think I need to try them, but I haven't gotten around to getting a pair. If you guys have any recommendations for a brand that I should try, be sure to, because we're coming to the end of this, be sure to comment down below and let me know what you think I should give a go. On that note, though, we do need to wrap things up. It is almost noon my time. I can't believe we've been at it for an hour and 5 minutes, you guys. This has been one of the nicest Tail Talks I've had with you, my fishes. Oh, and I needed it this week too. I was almost gonna bail just because I have been taking a little time with Eric and we've been just spending, you know, a little birthday time together and this kind of thing. And I have been just a little bit out of my own head. But this was really, really nice. And I love you guys. And our Tail Talk Tuesday, it's like, it's just part of my world now. And I don't know what I would do without my fishes. I just want to hug, you know. But yeah, if you like today's live stream, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the pod and the bell notification as well so you never miss an upload. If you guys don't want to say goodbye just yet, be sure to swim on over to patreonpod.com. I have linked it in the description box down below as well as up in the cards. It is our extended pod community, and for as little as $1 a month, you gain access to the monthly Mermaid Tail Coloring Challenge, the behind the scenes feed, the private Discord community chat, the private monthly live stream, the private Instagram account, and there's one other thing. Oh yes, the weekly podcast, which is new, and I talk all things behind the scenes. We are talking super behind the scenes mermaid goodness. So all that being said, again, that was at patreonpod.com. We would love to have you join us. I want to thank everyone who came out for another amazing Tail Talk Tuesday. This flew by. I cannot even. And for those of you who are going to ask, also, my earrings are by the Slug and Kraken on Etsy. You should check her out. She's amazing. So that's all I have to say. Let's just check in with Alfie just super quick. And I love you, my little fishes, and we will see you all again soon. Bye. Hey, Alfie. Alfie, how come you're not facing the camera today? How come? How come is it? Oh no! Why? Why? There's a puppy. There's a puppy. Oh, he's such a good boy. He's like, okay, guys, see you later.